I told Jared, I was like, I think it was developed over a hellmouth. Do you know what a hellmouth is?
I've
That's a
seen
buff.
Buffy the Vampire
Okay,
Slayer.
okay, yeah. I was like, it was developed over a hellmouth for sure.
Well,
Wow, you're cultured, Higgins. You've seen Buffy.
welcome to Best Friends with Higgins. My guest today is Chris Paul Rainbows, TikTok star, non-binary icon, gay cake enthusiast, accomplished drag queen, and now children's book author. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here.
It's wonderful to have you. First, darling, what are your pronouns and what shall I call you?
You can call me Chris. Don't call me late for dinner. Definitely. And my pronouns are they, them.
Marvelous.
What are your pronouns?
My pronouns are he, him. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
You do have one of those names that I feel like even if we were very best friends, which after this podcast we certainly shall be, that I would still refer to you in full as Chris Paul Rainbows every time I referred to you.
Well, I appreciate that. I do love me a rainbow. So it's funny. Sometimes people will call me Paul. They're like, Paul, I really like that video. I'm like, out of all of the names that I have given you, you went with Paul,
Yes, that is rather an obscure choice.
right?
given
Right?
given Chris Paul, you could almost do one of those Ray J Johnson bits. You could call me Chris. You could call me Paul. You could call me Chris Paul. Well, darling, we start the podcast by asking some fairly easy get to know you questions. So, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color since grade 2 has been purple. Sean Martino said, "What's your favorite color?" And without even thinking, I said purple, and I've never gone back to anything else. It's been purple forever now.
Marvelous. I also do enjoy a deep purple, as you can tell by my robe, which is a rich plum.
I love that color on you.
Well, thank you so much. Coming from you, that is a high compliment indeed.
No.
What is your favorite food?
Oh, my favorite food. That's a really good question. My favorite food, like if I was on death row and turkey dinner, actually. I make turkey dinner starting September to February once or twice, or like once every 2 weeks. I make a full turkey dinner.
Marvelous. I shall be on my best behavior as to acquire an invite.
You're invited anytime, Higgins.
Oh, thank you so much, darling. Pierre Poilievre recently denounced Hamas. Why do you think he has yet to denounce white supremacist supporters here at home?
You went from a turkey dinner question to Pierre Poilievre. Well, sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't hear because I was so shocked.
Pierre Poilievre recently denounced Hamas. Why do you think he has yet to denounce his white supremacist supporters here at home?
He recently denounced Hamas? Wow.
I saw it on TikTok. I
Oh,
assumed it
did
was
you?
recent, but could be
Um,
that my algorithm is a bit slow.
it might be. Well, because he needs a paycheck and he panders. He's a panderer. He's a pander bear. You should do that as a fun animation. Him as a pander bear.
I love it. Jeff, take notes.
Yeah, Jeff, take notes. And I want royalties for the pander bear.
Certainly, darling. We're all about profit sharing here at Animation Bakery. Well, we shall move on to our two truths and a lie. Now, of course, as I say every episode, I cannot play as I am not real. But if you have two truths and a lie, I shall do my best to discern which is which.
Okay, I've written them down for you, Higgins. So, number one, I quit my job by leaving a post-it note on my boss's computer that read, "I can't do this anymore." Number two, I dressed up as Madonna to go to my high school prom. Number three, Janine Garofalo mocked me in front of a large group of people.
Ah, those are very challenging. I certainly could see either and each one being truth.
And then Romy and Michelle. I don't know if you've ever seen Higgins, Romy and Michelle's high school reunion, but it's themed after that. So like, there's something in each of them from Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
Heavens, goodness. Well, I know you've been quite vocal and honest about your struggles with anxiety and how that has affected your professional life, and so I could certainly see the first one being true, as you are also very good at when things become too much for you, taking a stand and holding your boundaries solidly, which is an aspect I admire of you. You are, as I said in the opening, an accomplished drag queen, and
Oh, I
so
think.
very certainly could have been Madonna for your high school prom. The timeline for when you would have finished high school does not necessarily line up with the time that Madonna was in the limelight, shall we say.
You know
So,
how old I am, Higgins.
well, I believe you're approximately a year or two older than the person who draws me. So, so you would have been in
I
high
don't
school
know.
around the same time. And while there was that, the album Music did come out while Jeff was in high school.
Oh, I'm much older than Jeff then.
I'm not quite sure that the timeline lines up completely with the time when Madonna would have been in a certain degree of prominence, that you would have themed your outfit after her. And the Janine Garofalo mocking you in front of a large group of people feels the least likely to have occurred. And so I'm tempted to say that that is one of the truths, as it could be a misdirect. And
You're
is a
good at this.
fantastic story, I'm sure. So I will go with dressed as Madonna for the high school prom as being the lie.
You got it
Simply
right.
amazing.
Wow. I worked on this for like, well, 15 minutes, but like for me that's a long time. I can't believe that. Good for you.
Don't
Yeah.
feel bad, darling. So far, I am undefeated in this game. So.
Are you really? Good for
Yes,
you, Higgins.
you're my
Wow.
fourth guest in terms of order of recording, and I've gotten it right each time. So
Wow, you're really good at this.
thank you, darling.
Yeah.
Well, marvelous. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Can you tell us the details behind Janine Garofalo
Oh,
mocking in front of a large group of people,
so I love Janine Garofalo. I think she's hilarious, and I bought
as
tickets to
everyone
go.
should?
Right? I bought tickets to see her live in Detroit, and we went, and she was talking when she was doing her stand-up, she was talking about this Dr. Seuss character. And she's like, "Oh, what is the name of that, Dr. Seuss character? It's like that little fuzzy orange one that like loves the trees." And I in my mind was like, I've got this. Like I'm gonna help. Like Janine Garofalo is going to love me. And I shouted out the thorax, which is actually not. My husband had never heard this story before. So when I was doing this, I was doing that before bed last night. And he just started. Oh, I told him this. He started laughing. He couldn't stop. I was like, it's not that funny. He's like, you said the thorax? So the
Yeah, the middle
thorax for.
section of the bug, which
It is.
cares for the trees, of course.
It is. It is. So then she just went on and on about how I said the thorax and not the lorax. And then yeah, I quit my I kind of blacked out. I think Jeff is still is Jeff Higgins, is Jeff still like a religious person?
They still do weddings on the side, particularly they've held on to that so that they can do queer weddings.
Okay. So I'm not necessarily particularly a very religious person. I had this job for 3 days, and we went outside for lunch, and they were one person was like, "Okay, everybody, take out your Bibles and turn to page," and I blacked out. And I woke up in the parking lot, which you probably shouldn't drive when you black out, but I had no idea. And I was on the phone with my mother, and she's like, "You quit another job? What?" And apparently, like, I didn't even know that I left a note on his computer that said, "I can't do this anymore."
Jeff here interjecting. I would also black out if I was at a regular job and they all told me to take my Bibles out. That's not
I
an
should have
environment.
known because I got the job. Like it was a graphic design job, and all of the everything. I only worked there for 3 days, but all the projects they were giving me were like, "Here's a church bulletin. Here's this logo for a new choir. The cemetery needs signage." And I was like, I should have put it all together that they were related, but I was like, sure, well, just whatever. And then it was
A
like, okay,
job's a
turn to
job until
page,
it's not.
right? And like, I don't know what page you're turning to. Like, it could be something completely fine, or it could be Leviticus. Like, I don't know.
Completely reasonable, Doc.
You, Higgins. That's what I
Even the
thought.
stuff that's completely fine seems to be taken the wrong way these days. So
Yeah.
we shall move on to our segment called Controversial Takes. Now, these are not actual controversial takes,
Okay.
but they are low stakes controversial takes that people can argue about in the comments. And this is a special Canadian edition since, surprisingly, even though you and I are both Canadian, this accent is merely for show. You are the first Canadian guest I've had on.
Oh,
So.
wow.
And I believe the only Canadian guest for the entire season.
Oh, wow. Good for me. Shop local.
Indeed, elbows up. Beaver tails or funnel cakes?
Oh, I'm gonna lose my my Canadian card because I love funnel cakes so much.
Is
Like
there a
I
difference
once
or is it a
went.
branding issue?
Oh, there's definitely a difference. Oh,
Oh,
there's
I had
definitely a
no idea.
difference. Yeah, because the funnel cake is it's kind of like weaved. And there's more pockets for like I like it mine with ice cream and strawberries. So there's more places for nooks and crannies for the treats to find their way into, where beaver tail's just flat.
Understood. Well, you learn something new every day. We shall now move on to a series of would you rather questions.
Oh, this is so fun.
Well, I'm glad you're having a good
I'm
time.
having the best time.
Would you rather only be able to whisper for the rest of your life or only be able to shout?
It's such a good question. You know what? I'm not shy, so I'll go with shout. Shout. Let's do
Shout.
it.
Shout
Because
it
sometimes
is.
you need to shout, and I don't know a lot of times where I need to whisper. Like there's very like I don't go to libraries, I don't go to church. Um, so not that there's anything wrong with libraries. Um, I love libraries, but like I don't go to places where you need to be quiet.
It's like a flip on that old Seinfeld bit where they keep referring to homosexuality and then saying, not that there's anything wrong with
Not
that, but
that there's
it's
anything
about
wrong with
books. I don't personally go to libraries. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
no, no, because I have a lot of librarian friends, and I don't want them to think, "Oh, Chris hates libraries." I don't. I don't usually leave my house, so it's not that like libraries, and I need to shout in my house. Like I have to.
Indeed. And you should be pro library, as your book shall soon be in
Oh,
libraries, I'm
that's
sure.
right. All across North America. So yes, I love libraries.
Would you rather travel 100 years into the past or 100 years into the future?
Oh, well, so 100 years would be 2000 or 1925. Oh, I don't want to go to 1925. No, thank you. Do I want to go to 1925? Ah, that's a really good question. I don't know if I'd make it like in the past because I'm really loud, and gay and
Well, you can
very
only
queer.
shout now. I mean,
I
that
can
was the
only
deal you
shout in the
made with this
past.
theoretical genie.
But I think there would be a lot more opportunities because like nobody like now everybody's in show business where I think like I could get on like into vaudeville really easily and then make my way into the silver screen, maybe even working behind the scene doing some writing. And I'd love to work with like Rod Serling and some other TV shows. And in the future that would be nice too because like the world may be ended and I could just because I'm so tired and I'm just every time the apocalypse comes on the television I'm like, oh come on, I'm so tired. My husband's like, what? My husband's one of those runners, like he's the one if like there's a zombie apocalypse or something, he's the one who's like, let's find shelter, let's drive. And I'm just like, I give up, like let them come, like I'll put the TV on, cuddle with the dogs and just wait for it to happen. I don't care,
Yeah.
so tired.
I'm not looking to be annihilated, but if it
No, no,
happens,
no.
I'm fine.
Hey, I love life. I love what's going on, but like if it happens, it happens. What are you gonna do?
Indeed. And you know what they say, vaudeville is the TikTok of the flapper era.
It's true. Were you around back then, Higgins?
I'm not quite so old, darling, but
Okay, okay.
well, thank you for indulging me, darling.
You're welcome.
Do you find it easy or difficult to make friends as an adult?
Oh, I find it very, do I find it difficult or easy to make friends as an adult? I guess easy, but it's difficult in the fact that I don't, and like this is not to be mean or anything like that, but like I don't necessarily want a lot of friends. So to set boundaries, because I'm very much like, I meet you and I'm so interested in you and I want to know all about you. And I don't know if that gives people the wrong impression where they think they can be more involved in my life. And people kind of overstep boundaries. So that's the problem. It's not making friends. My husband has a really hard time making like he doesn't have a lot of friends, which is like, oh my God, just get out of the house for like 10 minutes, please. I need to do things. So I'm trying to help him. I'm like teaching him like, here's how you text somebody back with like a meme. It's kind of like My Fair Lady, but with like,
But with
um,
memes.
with memes. Totally. Like, totally.
Marvelous. Hey, sorry to interrupt, but did you know that indie animation runs almost entirely on merch sales? It's true. So if you love all the different shows we make here at Animation Bakery, like The Eldritch Cuties, The Mundane Life of John Orkman, or the podcast you're watching right now, head to our Fourth Wall merch store and grab some t-shirts or some stickers. Or if you're feeling extra sexy, you could subscribe as an Animation Bakery member to get early drops, bonus content, BTS content, and more. Every little bit helps us to produce more content, reach wider audiences, and pay our collaborators, which is something we're very passionate about being able to start doing. Okay, back to the show, darling. You recently wrote a book that is currently available for pre-order wherever books are sold. Guinea pigs don't wear pants. It's receiving, quite honestly, rave reviews from some very big names in both queer culture and children's entertainment. Tell us about the book and what inspired you to write it.
Actually, TikTok inspired me to write it because I was getting so Higgins, I don't know if you're on the TikTok, but you tend to get a lot of hate. And I was getting a lot of hate. I also get a lot of, questions, and they don't necessarily come with hate, but a lot of times the hate and the questions can be the same thing, like sex and gender are the same thing. And I was explaining to people how they're different. And I was using my animals actually as an example because animals don't experience gender. My animals don't wake up and go, "Okay, I'm a boy or I'm a girl," or, "What am I going to wear today?" So I was making a video and I said something like, "My guinea pigs don't wear pants," and people really loved that. So I wrote the book to kind of explain that in a really simple way, but also there's, the representation and the visibility in it that I never got as a kid, like growing up. There was I didn't I didn't hear I didn't hear the word non-binary or genderqueer until like 2016, I think. And I was born in 1981, so like I went most of my life with like not knowing, you know, who I was or how I never saw myself. It's really hard when you don't see yourself because then you feel alone, different, broken. But if you can see yourself, then you can and I wanted to do something where you know the reader could see themselves experiencing joy, and it's not just, and there's so many beautiful books where you know Christopher's New Dress or My Shadow is Pink, where there's like this struggle, and those books are so important and we need them. But I'm like, there a book where it's just like queer joy?
Mm.
It's just, no, it's okay. Guinea pigs don't wear pants, but guess what? You can do whatever you want because you're a human. And so that's where it kind of came from. And I've been so grateful to some of my heroes like Alexandra Billings, one of the first openly trans person to play a trans person on television, Rosie O'Donnell, Margaret Cho, and like for Canadians out there, Fred Penner, Raffi, all these people reading my book and just absolutely loving it, which is, I don't know, I don't have imposter syndrome. So I was like, yeah, well, this is a good book. But it's really special to hear your heroes tell you, like, wow, and like especially like Alexandra Billings, who's such a important person in my life, to say like to tell me that her life would have I'm gonna cry. It would have been better if if she could have read that book when she was younger. And I'm just like, holy crap, because that's what I want to do. I don't I want I want someone to see it, and I want them to see themselves in it and just know that they're valued and loved and that they should celebrate themselves. So yeah. Sorry for
That's
getting so emotional, Higgins. Are you an emotional person? I
Darling,
know.
this is indeed the place. I'm not, because drawing tears is hard, but
Drawing
it's
tears
a
is hard.
beautiful sentiment, which I absolutely love, and would compare to the reason why I think Schitt's Creek did so well was that the coming out story wasn't one of struggle, wasn't one of oppression. It simply was.
Yeah, it
David
simply
David was
was.
queer and was allowed to be queer and to find joy and happiness and partnership and
Yeah,
companionship.
and I think we need both stories. Like I don't think that one is more
Indeed.
important than the other. There's so many different kinds of story. Like my whole like mission as an author is summed up in there's room for everyone's story on the shelf. Like everyone should be able to share that experience. So I think they're both needed, but I think you're totally right. Like it was just a non-issue. Um and so beautiful.
Indeed.
Well, actually, what was David's boyfriend's name in it?
Patrick.
Patrick. Patrick. If Patrick's watching, Patrick, I emailed you. So Patrick, you might not know this, was the voice of Franklin the Turtle, the animated series, when he was younger. Did you know that?
Indeed. Yeah, I did.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
Jeff, the animator, actually went to high school with Patrick.
Oh, really?
Or with Noah, I should say.
Are you connected to him?
Unfortunately not.
Oh, poops. So my book agent is also the author of Franklin's book agent. I don't know if I said that right. So I emailed him and I was like, "Can you look at this book?" But he never got. I don't get mad when they don't get back to me. Like I'm doing okay with the blurbs I'm getting. But if Patrick, if you're watching, hello, old high school friend, not Higgins. And hello, reach out.
Lastly, darling, the world seems so bleak lately. What gives you hope for the future?
I think what gives me hope for the future is the simplicity of younger generations understanding things. So my nieces are very young, but they seem to be so much farther ahead than so many people I know in terms of like, it's not a big deal. Jared called me. We went to the cottage, and Jared called me mommy to the dogs because that's what he calls me at home. He's like, Go to mommy. Mommy's got your food." And so he said, "Mommy," and my niece said, "Why did you call?" They call me Cha Cha because I couldn't find a non-binary aunt or uncle. I wanted to be the anti-Chris, but my mother was like, "You're not doing that." The anti-Chris, the anti-Chris. And she's like, "No." So they call me Cha-Cha, and she's like, "Why did you call Cha-Cha mommy? Mommies are girls." And my husband was just like, "Oh, that's what the dogs call Cha-Cha mommy, and anybody can be called mommy if they want to." And she went, "Okay." Like, and then just went on with her life. And I think that, that just inspires me to go, it's just stuff like that just like, okay. And like a lot of them are just, I don't know, they just understand humans, and compassion. It's not about, it's like adults have unlearned how to be empathetic. It's like we are born that way, and then we kind of gets pounded out of us, and
Indeed.
they've got it, and I think they're going to hold on to it, and that's what gives me hope. But like I'm telling you, like I gotta keep on looking to that because it's so unhopeful around here, I mean the planet. Like every day is something new, and I'm just like, it can't take anymore.
Indeed, it's kind of a lot, and every day you're kind of like, well, I can make it through this one, and then there's something else, and
Yeah,
I believe it's by design. Quite honestly, I
I
believe
do
that
too.
they are trying to give us information and doom fatigue so that we tune out and stop paying attention and stop resisting. But it is rather exhausting, and so it is those small moments of hope that
Yeah.
we must cling on to continue on and soldier on. Indeed.
That's right. And everyone needs to remember that joy is a form of resistance. So when you're finding those bits of happiness and joy and you're celebrating other people or yourself, they don't like that. And that's a form of resistance too. So don't forget to, yes, we need to fight and we need to be serious, but we also need to um, find those sparks of happiness inside ourselves.
I believe Alok has pointed out that it is the people who are most upset with themselves for not having been given the permission to be themselves who are most likely to try and take that permission away from other people.
That's so
I'm
good.
paraphrasing, of course, but
Well, if they're listening, I also emailed them, so you could get back to me about like I emailed everybody. So yeah, just shoot me an email, would you?
let's do it, Alok.
They're so inspiring the way they like I wish I could talk so, I don't know, precisely, and I don't know. I'm just sometimes I'm a word. See, I can't even think. I don't even know the word. There's a perfect example.
Our perspicacity is fleeting. Well, we end the show by turning our guests into a cartoon. Which kind of cartoon would you like to be? You could be yourself, or one of the characters from your book, or an entirely new creation.
Oh my gosh, what would I want to be? Oh, I don't know. Um, maybe, maybe, maybe a parrot. Can you do a parrot? Would that be hard?
No, absolutely, we could do a Parrot.
Yeah, do a parrot. What's your favorite animation series or style or sorry, I'm not Higgins. Higgins, this is more of a Jeff question.
I can flip in as Jeff.
Like, who's your inspirations?
Actually, the reason I did the rig of you, like the animation of you a few years ago, was because that style of and like that borderless art style, like there's no outlines,
Oh yeah,
is something I really like. So that's why I was trying to do with the Eldritch Cuties as well, is
yeah,
they don't have outlines until part of their body moves over another part of their body that's the same color,
yeah.
and then it needs to be
That's tough to do.
distinguished. Yeah. So, but it
I
was
like that. I like that a lot too. A lot of my book is, and like I built a palette that I use, and try to pick enough colors so that I can do like, the ears are a different color than if they're behind,
right.
than the body, than the face. But it can be hard. Like it's a lot easier to do outlines, but like
Yeah.
I just love that look of no outline.
Yeah. Or if there's an outline, I try and do it like just a darker color of whatever
Yeah,
yeah, of whatever
yeah. That's what I've
the
seen
fill
in
color
that
is.
monster thing.
Yeah.
I love that
And
thing.
Cthulhu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good. So good.
Well, darling, you are fabulously queer and you give the
Aw.
internet a bright and colorful picture of your life and personality. What is the most ordinary thing about you that many people would be shocked by?
I think people would be shocked that I'm actually an introvert, that I love spending time alone, or at least with animals and not people. I spend a lot of time with my pets. Probably that. And I think people think that I must be busy all of the time because I'm getting so much stuff done and I'm always working on something, but I'm very like when I'm working on something, it's very much like that, I don't know, that ADHD hyper focus where I'm like, okay,
Indeed.
we're just going to get it done for like 5 hours. Then the next 3 days, I'm just going to rest. So I'm resting a lot. There's a lot of resting. My favorite position is laying down. Like I love, like when those movie theaters, like you've really got to update. Like if I have to sit upright to watch a movie, I can't be there. I have to have a recliner that goes all the way back. We
Completely
drive
agree.
to another city. Me and my husband drive to another city to watch movies because our city doesn't have reclining seats.
I wondered if it's the one near my house.
Maybe, maybe.
You mentioned your animals. How many animals do you have currently?
Do you work for city bylaw?
No.
Oh, then okay, great. I can't tell you how many chickens I have if I do. I have probably about 12 chickens, 13 parrots. I have 5 bunnies, 4 guinea pigs, 3 dogs, um, and a tortoise named Rock Hudson. And my husband was like, okay, we don't have anything with two in it. And I was like, oh, if somebody asks, like, what about the, five rabbits, 4 guinea pigs, 3 dogs, and a tortoise? What about the two? I'd be like, oh, we have $2 left in the bank because that's how expensive animals are. And so people are like, what about 2 humans? I'm like, that's not funny. If it's not funny, I'm not interested. So that's how many.
Marvelous.
Well,
Well,
thank
I've
you,
enjoyed this
Higgins.
thoroughly. Thank you
I
for
have
being my guest.
too. You're a
I do hope you
wonderful host.
consider me your very best friend,
I
as I
do,
am yours.
Higgins. I will invite you over for a turkey dinner.
Marvelous. I'm so excited. And where can people find you if you would like to be found?
You can find me at chrispaulrainbows.com or guineapigsdon'twearpants.com. They're both me. So, and then you can go, there's links to TikTok and all the socials except for I'm not calling it X ever. Except for Twitter. I left that, I don't know, 3 years ago and I'm never going back ever again.
It
It's
turned
a
into a dumpster
cesspool.
fire so
Yeah.
quickly.
Not that they're not all starting to turn into or have been dumpster fires, but Twitter's like it was like I told Jared, I was like, I think it was developed over a hellmouth. Do you know what a hellmouth is?
I've
That's a
seen Buffy the Vampire
okay,
Slayer.
okay, yeah. I was like, it was developed over a hellmouth for sure.
Well,
Wow, you're cultured, Higgins. You've seen Buffy.
well, I highly recommend everyone go out and pre-order the book.
Oh, thank you.
This should come out. I mean, animation takes a while, but this should still come out before the book is released. So head to
Wait.
crispallrainbows.com or guineapigsdon'twearpants.com and pre-order the book now.
Thank you so much, Higgins.
Thank you for being here. Until next time. Best Friends with Higgins is an Animation Bakery production. Higgins is voiced by me, Jeff Baker Draws. You can follow my personal social media accounts at Jeff Baker Draws, or you can follow Animation Bakery at animation.bakery on Meta, TikTok, and YouTube, or Animation Bakery on Skylight and Blue Sky. If you have questions for Higgins or for our upcoming guests, you can ask them on the Animation Bakery Discord. If you have advertising or brand partnership questions, you can email me at animationbakery.mail@gmail.com.